Next, I would like the mayor to offer his insights in a few words.
Oh, this is so good to be with you. I particularly enjoyed the goals and the applications that each of you kind of have, where you're aspiring to go, whether it's athleticism, whether it's college, whether it's to start your own businesses. The beginning or the end of everything always has simple beginnings, and you learned a lot of simple beginnings today and this week concerning computers. Now everything else is application. And I was very inspired by the materials that you taught, Alexander, so kudos to you, your team, the sponsors and board behind this. We have some big problems to solve in our world. We've got energy problems, and I believe that solving energy problems will, whether it's finding ways of new energies from plants, or what do we do with water and purification, as well as finding new water, transporting, those are all problems that start with the building blocks that you're learning today, and so many other types of things. I also liked that you not just found information and taught simple things, but using Mr. Covey's book and the application is ascribing wisdom to information. We live in a world of information. So much information is out there, but it's what do we do with it is defined by wisdom. You could do all sorts of things, but not everything that you choose to do is a wise thing to do with your time, with your resources, with your application, and ascribing to your future. So I particularly like Mr. Covey's approach of not just taking information, but looking at it through the lens of wisdom to say, where are we going to go with this? So, to Alexander, to the team, whether it's parents who brought your kids here, to our students that took time out of your break to be here and apply and learn, to the instructors, I want to thank you for both investing, for both sharing, and I'll say again, this is the base level, the groundwork to solving really big problems that you will have the opportunity to say, how can I make this world better? What is going to be my contributions to say, what problems can I help solve? Whether it's health, whether it's environment, as I mentioned, or so many other things. I want to challenge you to realize that you are all put here for a purpose. And that purpose means that we're all called to serve each other. I like the Covey statements that say, with synergy, how are we working together? And what are you bringing to the table to not just solve problems, but to carry other people along with you? Because none of us are smart enough, none of us are there by ourselves. And you discovered more of that this week as you worked with others. You learned from your teachers, your instructors. You also learned in application from the other students that were there. So, Alexander, I know this has been on your heart for a long time. I'm very proud of you. And as he mentioned, he's a member of the Mayor's and Council's Youth Commission. There are opportunities coming up at the beginning of this year for our new classes, which would be for sophomores or juniors. And get on, just Google Chandler Mayor's Youth Commission and put your name in and explain why you would be good on the application. So I want to invite each of you to consider doing that. Over our spring break, we're going to be having a Teen Leadership Academy and kind of learning more about government, social interaction. That would be appropriate for some of you. And if you're interested in learning more about that, reach out to Councilmember Ellis or myself, and we'd love to see how we can get you involved in things like that. Speaking of Councilmember Ellis, next week she's going to be sworn in for her next 4-year term, and I want to both congratulate her for that. And if you're available next Thursday night, you might want to come out and participate in the celebration and listen to Councilmember Ellis and others share what she hopes to, how she continues to serve. And then lastly, I'd also invite you at our next State of the City event, which is going to be February 13th at the Chandler Center for the Arts, to come and learn about the successes and challenges and applications in government, as we'll be reflecting upon this last year and looking forward to this new year. It's a Thursday night at the Center for the Arts. A great opportunity. We won an Emmy for last year's State of the City address, and we're starting to film this year's, and I'm shooting to win another Emmy.
That's right.
Just to see how we can outdo even last year's, which is what makes life fun, right?
Absolutely.
I'll be looking forward to see how you learn from this year, this winter breaks, to apply to your next summer's camp and say, where were we strong? Where were we weak? How can we make this better? So, parents, kudos for investing of your time and students for being here. I wish you a very, very happy Friday evening, and I hope this last weekend before school starts is fun and a blessing for each and every one of you. It's an